Before we continue, we need to ask you to think about your dog, or your cat, or whatever animal lives in your home. Think about whether that animal has, at any point in the past several weeks, directed sustained attention toward a specific location in your home, a corner, a wall, a spot on the ceiling, that appears to you to be completely empty. Think about how long it lasted. Think about whether it has happened more than once. Think about whether it is always the same location. If the answer to any of those questions is yes, this advisory is for you. The Division of Non-Human Perceptual Research has been studying this behavior for 55 years. What we have learned is not comforting. We are sharing it anyway because you deserve to know what your animal already knows. Animal Perceptual Advisory. Division of Non-Human Perceptual Research. Office of Anomalous Animal Behavior. Classification, Witness 3. This advisory was first issued in 1971 following a survey of veterinary records across 14 counties that revealed a pattern: animals presenting at veterinary clinics for behavioral changes, unusual stillness, fixed gaze episodes, reluctance to enter certain rooms, were, in a statistically significant number of cases, residing in homes where the human occupants subsequently reported anomalous experiences. The animal behavioral changes preceded the human reports by an average of 4 to 6 weeks. The division was established to investigate the relationship. We have been studying it ever since. If your animal is exhibiting directed attention toward an apparently empty location, the division asks you to do the following. First, note the location precisely. Mark it if you can. Put a piece of tape on the floor, a dot on the wall. The division has found that the location rarely changes once established. In documented cases, the target location is consistent across multiple observation episodes. The animal is not randomly scanning its environment. It is watching something specific in a specific place. Second, observe without interfering. Do not call the animal away. Do not approach the location yourself yet. The division's research indicates that animals interrupted during perceptual episodes resume the behavior after the interruption, suggesting the stimulus is continuous rather than intermittent. Whatever the animal is perceiving does not go away when you enter the room. Third, note the animal's physical state. There is a significant behavioral difference, documented across species, between alert attention and fearful attention. Alert attention, ears forward, body still, gaze fixed, breathing normal. The animal is watching. Fearful attention, ears back, low posture, possible vocalization, possible retreat behavior. The animal is watching something it wants to move away from. The division's research suggests these two states correspond to two different types of presence. We will describe them in this advisory. Fourth, measure how close the target location is to where you sleep. The division considers this distance to be the most critical single data point in assessing an active perceptual anomaly. The division classifies animal perceptual anomalies based on the animal's behavioral profile. Type A, sustained calm attention. The animal watches. It does not approach, does not retreat, does not vocalize. It simply attends to the location with the focused stillness it would direct at something real and present. Type A is the most common classification and represents approximately 60% of documented cases. The division's interpretation of Type A is that the presence, whatever it is observed by the animal as non-threatening. The animal is neither approaching nor fleeing because its assessment is that neither response is necessary. It is simply aware. Type B, approach behavior. The animal moves toward the location. It may sniff the area, circle it, paw at it. It behaves as though something is there and it wants to investigate. Type B cases are associated with presences the division classifies as unaware, phenomena that do not respond to the animal's investigation. The animal's investigation does not change anything. The animal eventually stops and moves away. The presence remains. Type C, avoidance behavior. The animal will not enter a specific room or approach a specific location. It may stand at the threshold, watching, but refuses to cross. Type C is the rarest classification and is associated with the most significant documented cases. The division considers Type C behavior to be the clearest signal that the presence in question is aware of the animal and that the animal understands it. Something is in that room that knows the animal is there and has communicated, in whatever way things communicate without language, that the animal should not enter. The division takes Type C reports very seriously. If your animal is exhibiting Type C behavior, contact us before you enter that room yourself. Case Witness 36. Subject, male, 45, rural property, 1977. Subject owned a German Shepherd that had lived in the house for 7 years without unusual behavior. In October of that year, the dog began sitting in the doorway of the basement stairwell every evening between 8 and 11, facing downward into the dark. The dog did not go down the stairs. It did not vocalize. It sat and watched. The subject investigated the basement thoroughly and found nothing unusual. The behavior continued for 11 weeks. On the 73rd night, the subject woke at 2 in the morning to the sound of the dog barking from the basement. The dog had not been in the basement when the subject went to sleep. The subject went downstairs and found the dog at the far corner of the basement, barking at the wall. The dog was eventually pulled away. It would not stop turning its head to look back at the wall as it was led upstairs. The dog never exhibited the doorway watching behavior again. Whatever had been at the top of the stairs, the division's field investigator noted, appears to have moved to the corner of the basement. The dog knew before the investigator did. Case Witness 321. Subject, female, 33, apartment, 1991. Subject owned a cat that began, over a period of 2 weeks, watching a specific point on the ceiling of the bedroom, not the entire ceiling, one point, approximately 8 inches to the left of the light fixture. The cat watched this point for 1 to 2 hours each night, beginning at approximately 10:30. The cat's behavior was Type A, calm, sustained, alert attention. The subject reported feeling watched herself when the cat was in this state, though she could perceive nothing at the point the cat was watching. After 3 weeks, the cat stopped watching the ceiling and began watching the subject directly. Not with the alert attention of the ceiling observation, with something the subject described as concern. She felt, she said, that the cat had been watching something watch her, and had decided that what it was watching was now watching too closely. The cat began sleeping on her chest rather than at the foot of the bed. It did not resume ceiling observation. The subject contacted the division 6 months later. She said she wanted to report it even though it had stopped because she felt someone should know. She also said, "I think the cat did something. I don't know what, but I think it made a decision and I think whatever it decided changed something." The division cannot document what a cat decided. We are documenting that she believed it. The division requires the following under Advisory Witness 3. Prohibition 1. Do not move your animal away from the target location as a means of testing whether it returns. The division has found that animals that are repeatedly removed from perceptual episodes become distressed in ways that do not resolve quickly. The animal is doing something when it watches. Interrupting it repeatedly appears to be experienced by the animal as a failure to protect. Prohibition 2. Do not attempt to capture the target location on video with the intent of disproving the animal's perception. The division's experience with recording equipment in these situations is identical to what we have found in other anomaly research. The equipment does not capture what the animal perceives. The location appears empty on the recording. The animal, when shown the recording in one documented test case, watched it and then immediately went to the actual location and resumed observation. The recording did not satisfy the animal. The actual location did. Prohibition 3. Do not assume the absence of your own perception means the absence of anything to perceive. The division's core finding over 55 years is this: your animal's perceptual range is not your perceptual range. It hears frequencies you cannot hear. It smells information you have no organ to receive. It tracks motion at thresholds below your visual resolution. When it attends to something you cannot detect, the correct interpretation is not that nothing is there. The correct interpretation is that something is there that you do not have the equipment to detect. Your animal has the equipment. Your animal is using it. The division wants you to take seriously what that means. Your animal lives with you. It sleeps where you sleep. It knows your home as well as you do and significantly better in the ways that matter here. It has decided that something in your home deserves sustained, careful, repeated attention. It has been watching so that you do not have to. The question the division cannot answer, after 55 years, is this: watching on your behalf, or watching in your place? There is a difference. We are still trying to determine which one it is.